The next game, the West Coast Eagles take on Port Adelaide. Remember this game last year at Footy Park, at the night game, and Port Adelaide came from about 7 goals down to pinch this one when we all stood up and started to take notice of Port Adelaide. But let's have a look at the Eagles first, Dicko.
You hit the nail on the head there, Derm. Pinch. They went down to Geelong and they got the pinch of their lives, obviously up against a great outfit. Now, we know Nick Nui will be out, but the luxury they've got is Lysette and Cox, so they can cover their ruck stocks, but it's likely that Shuey, Rosa and Glass will come back into this team, which will obviously give them an enormous boost. Yeah. It's a troubling thing against Port Adelaide because of their run. Now, last week against the Cats, they didn't run at all and they obviously got exposed, but here's their opportunity. He's going to be, by the end of the year, the pick of the recruit of the year, 100%. I just think he's got an enormous upside, and Adam Simpson will give him every opportunity. So expect them to bounce back against Port Adelaide.
I'm a big rep for Elliott. Yeah, I think he's a very good player. Let's have a look at the Port Adelaide team now. The Power, Jono, what they could possibly do at the selection table.
Well, you mentioned Yo coming from Brisbane and Pollock playing for Port Adelaide, who's had a good start to the year as well, coming from Brisbane. They wouldn't mind them at the moment. Chad Wingard, I think, is expected to probably come back into the lineup. Look, it's going to be an unlucky exclusion or an omission from this lineup, because what they produced last week against the Brisbane Lions was back to that power running that we know. Look, they were disappointing the week before against North, but some say that was because of what goes on with the showdown and the build up to that and the letdown after that, and they certainly recovered well and got themselves back into some fine form against the Brisbane Lions, and their gut running ability. You mentioned Boak and Corns and these sort of guys, but Ollie Wines, the first contest of that game, second-year player, what he did with putting his head over it to win it was just outstanding, and that set the tone then for everyone else. He's a young player that everyone's growing around at the moment. Yeah.
Tell me about Pollock. I mean, you both, I think, seen him on the way through. Yeah. Is he an elite runner? I mean, he can absolutely cover the ground. I mean, he covers with enormous speed, but the distance he's going is...
The thing with Brisbane was a lot of injuries as well, wasn't it? So he never had that consistency with his training and pre-seasons, but he's got one major one under his belt, under a pretty good fitness guy.
Is at the level?
Yeah, definitely.
Funny, watched him there.
But it's deep into the last quarter too, where he's still producing some quality use.
I'm glad you touched on that deep in the last quarter, because their running capacity is not placebo effect. They've got 10 blokes that can run 16 beepers, which is elite. Now, when you get into their numbers, running ability...
I couldn't do that over 2 days. 2 8s.
But their running ability, and Darren Burgess, who's obviously their fitness coach, has got them going beautifully. They're going to run the season out, lengths and bounds.
Who are you going for?
I'm going for Port Adelaide, just with West Coast inclusions.
Okay.
I'm the same as he.
Port Adelaide.
Oh, clean sweep all round. That's danger when we do that.